Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Michael Merchant here. This is going to be my first video on this channel. I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about why I've decided to make videos on this channel and what they're going to be about. Introduce myself, tell you a bit about myself, and talk about a few issues that's on my mind today. So I've been learning about the Fiat currency system now for about 8 years or so, and been pretty aware of the precious metals for about 6 or so years. So just kind of like learning about them, watching YouTube videos, reading up on it, and they definitely got a lot of opinions on the topic. So I wanted to kind of put that out there for you guys on this channel. My feelings on the situation that we're in right now financially, I don't think it's a good situation. It's definitely not sustainable. There's so much money being created right now, so much debt out there in all the North American countries actually, and I don't see it going on for forever. I don't think it's going to last too much longer before we see some big changes happen in society, right? So that's how I kind of got into learning about precious metals. I feel like it's a great store of wealth over the long term. I don't really concern myself with the short-term prices. I do believe there's definitely some manipulation involved in the price, but that doesn't bother me because at the end of the day, those things are all going to balance out. And the good thing with gold and silver is that there's only a finite amount of it out there. So it's not like you're trading paper contracts or something in the stock market. You can't print gold and silver. So although I do believe there's some manipulation going on right now, that's not going to be able to be sustained in the long term. I also feel like, putting your money in the bank and letting it sit there is not a good option, especially right now with the low interest rates. I mean, you're not even making inflation back putting your money in the bank. So what's the point? I mean, you're guaranteed to lose with that. Plus, I mean, all the stories that's going on with the banks right now about LIBOR, about all the manipulation, all the corruption going on, and all the banker suicides too. Well, I'll save that for another day, but it's crazy. I mean, you gotta ask yourself at some point, um, do I really trust my money in the bank? So that's really my feelings on that. Gold and silver has been around many thousands of years. It's got a good history behind it. It's anything that's been around for that long, that there's something there, right? So I definitely do feel like the prices are very undervalued right now. I think it's a good buy for both. Anything you can get close to the cost of production is a great buy in my books, and that's pretty much where we are right now in both metals. So and look at what's going on right now overseas in Ukraine. It's crazy what's going on there. There's financial implications too. I mean, you got the states threatening economic sanctions against Russia, and Russia's threatening to dump U.S. dollars. So it's really starting to escalate. fairly quickly now, and you know, it's definitely it's definitely a good thing in my eyes to hold physical assets instead of paper, fiat currency, right? So um, that's that's gonna be what my channel is about here. Just gonna be talking to you guys, trying to get your opinion too on what you think's happening, what your opinions are with everything, and you know, it's a crazy time right now. It's going to be a really interesting year to see what happens and what takes place financially. But the last thing I wanted to talk to you today, and I don't want to make this video too long, but I just want to talk about the mainstream media sentiment about gold and silver. And I do really feel like it's very biased, very one-sided opinion that they have. I mean, all you can really find in mainstream news is them bashing gold and silver. I mean, there were so many articles out there last year saying, "Oh, gold is gonna go under $1,000, silver under 15." Right? I mean, I do understand it, right? Like, I do definitely think there's bias there, and there's a lot going on, obviously, but it just kind of really amazes me that so many people buy into it and don't ask questions. Like, I mean, just common sense tells you, right? Like, a lot of mines are at the production of mining this stuff right now. So what would make you think that it's going to go even lower with all that's going on in the world, right? Like, gold is a safe haven asset, and there's all this turmoil going on in the world. Like, I don't understand how people could actually take comments like that seriously from the mainstream news. They're historically wrong about pretty much everything in terms of, you know, financial advice, right? Like, so many news places were talking about stocks being a great buy at the beginning of the year, and look what happened with that. Dow Jones was down over 1,000 points at one time. You know, it's come back to around the same level it started the year at, but still, I don't think we're out of the woods yet. Like, I think there's a lot of things that could negatively impact stocks this year. So, I mean, you guys just you gotta kind of do your own research and um, think for yourself, right? Like, don't always buy into everything you hear just because you hear it. You got to do your own research with this stuff. Just be careful. Like, a lot of people got burned on Bitcoin too. Bought it right at the top, and you know, that's looking like it's not coming back to those levels. And you know, I think Bitcoin, the idea of Bitcoin is a good one, right? Like, I think it's a great idea to have a competing digital currency. Um, but there were a lot of warning signs that I saw last year that really made me question, you know, what was going to happen in the future with that. And it turned out that, you know, it just kind of unraveled this year. So, and there were a lot of people that thought it was a great idea to buy Bitcoin at $1,000, right? Just because they heard it from, you know, the media, or they heard it from their friend, and they didn't do research, and they bought a bunch of Bitcoins. So, you know what? That's about it, guys. I don't want to keep this going too long. Have a great weekend, and try to make another video really shortly. Alright, guys. Peace.